Trust is a big issue, especially if you've had a hijackal parent and then you have a hijackal partner. Or if you just created a relationship with a hijackal, you come to realize it. Then you have to ask yourself, how do I learn to trust? So in part one of this, I'm just going to give you a few background information pieces, and then next week we'll have part two. So perhaps one of the most demanding and dangerous principles of anyone's spiritual journey is trust. Many people think of trust as an economic commodity that can be earned or offered as a reward. The reality is, I think, that trust is a gift. No one deserves it. No one is owed it. Trust is fairly dichotomous in that you either give it or you don't. There's no middle ground. You can't trust a little or a lot. You either trust or you do not trust. To trust a little is not to trust at all. So to be able to trust another person, we have to be able to trust ourselves. That's usually the place where the whole system falls apart, right? What indication do you have that you actually trust yourself? Are you trustworthy? I can tell you one quick way to find out if, under all, you believe you are trustworthy. Ask yourself if you keep your commitments to yourself. That's fundamental. And of course, you can figure that out easily because did you ever make a New Year's resolution that you didn't keep? That undermines your trustworthiness to yourself. We need to trust that we have what it takes to deal with life as it unfolds. And if we lack this basic level of trust, we're constantly living in fear that catastrophe is just around the corner and that we may not be able to recover from it. We're always waiting for that proverbial other shoe to drop in life. And if you've had that in your background, with a hijackal parent, it's going to be even more. And many people then doubt their ability to deal with the pain, the difficulty, and complexities of life. So they seek to avoid being exposed to these normal and natural, though unwanted aspects of life. And then within those attempts to avoid the exposure, that is the seedbed of drama and escape. The ego actually trusts no one, not even itself. Since we can't give gifts we don't possess, I talk about that all the time, the ego can neither give nor receive trust. And people who have been abused or traumatized find trusting others to be extremely difficult. So what is trust? There are many complicated definitions found in the dictionary, and in our book, Soul Solitude, Taking Time for Our Souls to Catch Up, we approach it simply. And we define trust as a matter of mattering. If I matter to myself, then I can trust that my life has meaning and significance. Because my life has meaning and significance, then I can trust that I have what it takes to realize that meaning and significance of my life. I can trust the source of the meaning and significance of my life because I matter to the source, whatever we term that entity or system. Because I matter to the source, I can trust the base premise of the central spiritual principles. Key to our work with trust is this simple affirmation. Everything is as it must be now, right in this second, because I can't do anything about it. I am at peace. I choose to be at peace. If I can trust this to be true, then I have what it takes to deal with everything that unfolds in my life. I can trust that I will experience things that will assist my soul in learning and growing, and I can trust that such experiences may be extremely difficult for my ego. I can trust that people will abandon, betray, and destroy me, and I can trust knowing that they are capable of causing me pain and difficulty, but I can trust that I have what it takes to deal with such matters. I have every reason and every right to trust no one. But if I fail to trust the source, myself or others, my alternative is to live in fear and trembling. And even though my life will end in death, I need to trust that even that mystery is part of the larger mystery which engulfs me. Trust seems impossible, but it is absolutely necessary. I hope you'll think about those things until next week when we do part 2 of How Can I Learn to Trust? This is Dr. Shaler. Talk soon.